not most people.
Are you trying to talk right now?
How many people? What do you think the percentage of
Erron
people?
Black is coming back to
Now it's
Mortal
100%.
Kombat 11.
Yeah,
yes,
he
now
just-
it's
there
at
it is.
100%. There he is. Awesome denim shirt. Like this is stylistically one of my favorite looking characters.
Because you are known to wear denim shirts.
I'd wear a lot. I would like to wear more.
You're known for wearing hats. I would say that's your brand.
My brand. That's a word. That's a word I love. I don't really. So Erron Black, what are we thinking about him? What is his archetype?
I would say Erron Black is a trap character, hybrid with 50-50s, hybrid with not traditional zoning, but keep away. Not he doesn't just pew 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 pew.
Right.
He does not do that.
He definitely works differently than he did in the last game.
Yes, but he does have a lot of moves that keep you out in really interesting ways that he has to think of.
Awesome.
Cool.
I say.
So let's get to it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's start with his throws because they're both tremendous.
Okay. Oh, you're gonna do it. I wanted to preamble this.
Okay, sorry.
Sorry, I forgot to do it.
Do it again.
That's my favorite throw in the game.
It's staggeringly good.
It is so realistically Looney Tunes.
The hat flying away and catching it is the best thing in the world.
The watching Kano freak out is that he has dynamite in his hands is amazing.
He could have just dropped it. He could have thrown it, but
Right.
no. What do you do?
In the heat of battle, it's tough. That's a scramble.
That's so good. All right, do the explosion one more. I want to see the hat again. It's just
The
too
hat's
crazy.
so
It's the
good.
best thing I've ever seen. Whoa!
Moving
on.
When I saw that throw, I was like, okay, I love this game. Like that throw.
So-
It's personality.
Yep.
People, personality.
One of the things with Erron Black is we wanted to keep just a couple of his core moves, but then reanimate and kind of redo everything, but make him kind of feel like you won't be completely lost, like he's just a totally new character, but a fresh coat of paint. So let's start with, you remember in the last game, his 2-1 string, all those big punches where he kind of punched you like 100 times. It was like his main string. We didn't bring that back exactly, but he does have a 2-1 mash string. It's pretty good. It ends in an overhead, which means at any time he can actually do a slide. I just totally messed that up. There you go. And they don't know if the low is going to come. Another example of that would be he has a new string back two where he bops you. Yeah, he bops you on the head of this pistol. Or he could actually, again, go into the slide.
The slide is dangerous.
Yeah, it's a unsafe 50-50, but it can come at any time, so it's pretty scary.
Yep.
He has this is probably his best like mid-range move, like from this range. Like I would say his range is not the best in the game, but from here he has this, which
I love the axe handle there.
yeah, it's such a cowboy thing to do. Like it's very, I like that it's not like martial arts. Like he's not doing like kung fu. He's just
Right.
kind of walloping you.
You wouldn't expect him to do kung
Right,
fu.
it would be weird if he was doing kung fu.
All right, what do we got? Let's go through it.
And then he has a bunch of strings involving his pistols that are just absolutely cool.
Man.
It just reminds me of like old school like Western trick shooters.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, I really like this one. He's actually using his foot.
It's fancy.
So then the last normal I wanted
Can you
to
do the
show,
high one again?
No, that was a sweep. That was complete opposite of this.
Just fanning the hammer.
Very, very cool.
Super
So the
cool.
last normal I wanted to show is actually just directly back from MKX, and I'm super glad. The big boot's back.
Big boot. Ooh. Apparently
And it has a crushing blow if you do it 2 times in a row, and it's an overhead.
And so naturally you're going to do it.
Yeah, naturally you're going to do it, and then they get knocked down, you walk back, you do it again.
The quote here at work is, "I'll do it again."
I'll do it again. And then you can mix up with the slide. And I don't know how the community feels, but here internally, we absolutely love the big boot.
Yeah.
And we're happy in tournament when people playing like a patient footsies game. It's like very back and forth, very old, methodical. Then, nah, never mind, screw that.
Big
Big
boot.
boot, yeah. So let's go over his special moves, because they are, again, pretty different and pretty interesting. So his caltrops have gone, and instead he actually has a jar of reptile's acid that he can throw on the ground, which I just love the concept of it. Off his slide, he can actually amplify it and also throw the jar.
That's cool.
And lastly, he uses his rifle in rifle stance. So the idea is he pulls out the rifle and he automatically is walking forward. I'm not hitting anything.
He's walking you down.
Yeah. Now from here, he can actually cancel it with block, but he actually has to put it away, so there's recovery. He can do a normal attack,
A pop.
or he can start shooting.
That's awesome.
and they are super fun to do. The problem is, well, I guess good for the opponent. He only has 8 shots. After that, he actually has to reload.
So you can't do that move, let off all 8 shots, and then do it again. You
He has to reload, and he can choose whether he wants to reload just a couple of shots, 3 shots. You can decide, and obviously there's a lot of recovery. You can cut it short and put it back.
And it remembers how many shots you have.
Yeah, and it'll remember.
Nice.
It does. This is not something where like it's on a cooldown. Like he actually has to keep track in his head, and the opponent does, how many shots he has. So
yeah, so do you.
Right, and you can see it's very powerful and actually juggle them. So it's a great keep away tactic, but it's got the 8-shot limit.
Sure.
I love the fact. I mean, just the gunslinger mythos to me is
It's super
always
cool.
been super cool, and I'm really glad we have
The
it.
walking them down is such an awesome touch to me.
And this is also people who there are people out there who get afraid of zony type things, but like he's walking towards you, he has to reload. There are choices he has to make to do this.
Yeah, that's what I mean by he's not a traditional zoner.
Right.
Where a lot of the stuff, you're going to be putting these out and then going into the stance, and the opponent's going to have to know, like, are you going to cancel it or actually commit to it? How many bullets does he have left? Is he going to then go into his 50-50? And he can do the slide, but he's in a lot of trouble if you block it. He's kind of a thinking man zoner.
Yeah.
Not to say traditional zoning is brain dead. I am a traditional zoner.
Which is exactly what you just said.
Yeah. So let's go over his loadout.
Cool.
Yep.
The first thing I gave him is actually a command grab. He can amplify it. That's really excessive. And this is a actual command grab. It's not a hit. He has tick throws. Like this one's great. So off of one of his main mid-range moves, he can actually tick throw you. And if the opponent's trying to mash out of it or jump out of it, you can go into the string. And then I gave him this low shot. It's not actually a low, it's a mid, but he, shoots the ground. And to me, this is great as a keep out tool to just get distance. Like you can see, he will go all the way back, and then he can start kind of his keep out game. It's a really, really good tool to just kind of keep them away. Like, if the opponent's trying to, like Kano's trying to do his command grab or any of his pressure, you can just go back. And that also complements, he gets in when he wants, and he can go for his command grab mix-ups, but when he wants to get out, he can get out of dodge.
Yep.
Skip town.
He also has some really incredible gear.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to give too much away again. His hats are all amazing. He has an eye mask. Like, some characters from the past.
Yes. So let's go into his Fatal Blow, because it's awesome.
Yep. We've seen pieces of it in trailers, yeah.
But the beginning of it's actually really powerful, because it's actually a projectile. I love him catching the coin at the end.
Catch at the end. Yeah, I love all of the little trick shot type things we added to Erron Black. I mean, there were some in the last one too. He could throw the coins up last time to shoot, but he turned that into obviously his Fatal Blow. But just all that sort of Annie Oakley sort of Bill Hickok type stuff is really cool.
So with the Fatal Blow, a lot of them we wanted to really be good in this game, and the intos, like the attacks that go into it, are often very, very strong. Like, and you can see this one is great for beating zoning. Like you can see, because it's a full screen projectile, if Kano throws a knife, he has armor, so he's going to absorb the knife and then get him. And it's very, very fast. The downside is all the hits are high, so if the opponent ducks it, Erron Black's going to be left open and is going to get his back blown out. But if he sees your movement and he's looking for it, it's literally like, we want the feeling like you're a quick draw guy. Like you're literally sitting there waiting and then you moved and you get shot up.
We have another loadout, yeah?
Yeah, one more loadout.
This is cool.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the modern costume. And I like a cape. Someday I want to have context where in my normal everyday life I can wear a cape.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough go.
All right, so I gave him this new move, the Nether Beast Trap, which is actually the jaws of a Nether Beast that he's made into a bear trap. If Kano steps into
Nether Beast trap.
Nether Beast, right. And you can see he's put in a capture state. And the Amplify is really cool because he kicks it to him. So it becomes a low projectile. It scoots across the ground. And this, obviously, you can imagine how this complements kind of his rifle stance. Like, put it out here. Now the opponent can't walk forward. He can go into this, start unloading, and they're going to have to use like a teleport. Maybe Kano could jump in there and do an air ball, and then Erron Black could be ready and block it. It's a whole meta based on kind of slowing the pace of the mid-range with that Nether Beast trap, which it lasts for a long time.
But it will break.
Yeah, it will break eventually. Then I gave him Scud Shot. So this is a move where he goes into a quick draw stance, and here's how it works. This move is super, super cool. He will actually hold it and shoot a projectile.
It's so good.
And I'm doing this automatically. I'm holding for you to hold it, and I can choose when to let it go. And at any point, he can also amplify it and then quick draw him. So if you're standing here, say you have Nether Beast trap out, and he's going to start to throw knives, I can actually hold this, and he doesn't know when I'm going to amplify it and let it go, or actually hold it down. It's a really, really cool move.
Kind of counter zoning.
Yeah. I've never really seen counter zoning like that before. It's pretty neat. So that is Erron Black.
Some other moves we didn't show, obviously.
Yep. He's got some really interesting, really cool stuff we didn't show.
How about we go into one we probably should show a fatality.
We showed one for Collector and Noob, so yeah, I think it'd be crazy not
So
to show
set
one.
that up real quick, and we'll chat about. We will have some. We have birthday shout-outs today.
We do have birthday shout-outs today.
Let's hold off on those for now.
Then why'd you bring them up?
To make sure we had them.
Okay. Okay.
Very excited to see the fatality. What is your favorite part of Erron?
To me, it's got to be the animations for his command grabs. Like, they are the trick shot stuff, and just anytime he's fanning the hammer, it's super cool.
Right. There's something about that sort of iconic pose when he's above somebody who's kind of crawling away is really neat.
He shows no mercy.
Nope. Oh, let's take a watch. Let's just watch Steve beat up on this Kano, huh?
Yeah. I'm watching it.
Round one, fight.
Ooh.
Yeah, I did not like that.
Oh, you're gonna get bodied.
Yeah, you think I'll win?
I think you should.
I hope I win.
What difficulty level did you play it on?
On medium, default. It's okay, you wasted the fatal blow. Don't worry, everyone.
Don't worry. Medium's not gonna beat Steve, everybody.
You never know.
That's true.
You just washed up.
That's true. This end of round's tremendous.
Oh.
Round two, fight.
Oh. What if I lose?
Then that's on. Do you remember the end?
I do.
Finish him.
Seemed pretty easy.
Fatality. Erron Black wins.
I love this piece of jaw.
Yeah, that's pretty gross.
Oh man, super cool.